Welcome back, everybody. Clint today with Classic Firearms. We've got Kyle with us.
What's up, guys?
And we're here today to talk about... it's the end of 2023. Can you believe that, first of all?
That's right. It's
like,
almost done.
Like in just a couple of days.
That time of the year, man.
Wow. Anyway, there's a lot of neat things released this year. We covered pistols this year. Earlier this year, we even talked about some of the best AR-15s you could buy in the year 2023. But now we're going to cover all of the rifle category and talk about the top 5 rifles of 2023. And some of these guns, we tried to change it up a little bit of each category, right? So we might have a bolt gun on the list, might have something that you would consider a battle rifle, something you might consider a PCC, and all these other different things, right?
Yep.
And so with that, let's go ahead and kick this off with our number 5, the Henry Homesteader. Speaking of PCC, this is a true pistol caliber carbine and something that was really unexpected from Henry this year. And
Aren't they like the lever action guys?
Not at all. Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying
they are
aren't they
generally, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely they are. A complete 180 from what I just said. Yes, and they came out with a semi-auto 9mm, which was very not expected.
I haven't even seen it.
We were at the Gundies this year. I'm sure you shot it at the Gundies earlier, but that was like in February.
That's right. So you have it?
I have it, but I don't have it with me right here at this moment.
Okay, yes.
I do have one personally because it is super cool. And yes, it takes a variety of different magazines. It could be one of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Proprietary Henry magazines.
Yeah.
And there's actually one of the adapters for the Henry mag. And I left that here because, let's be honest, I don't use that one. I use the Glock magazine one. Because why? Because, well, 50-round drums and everything else you could ever think of, it's awesome, but they also have SIG compatibility and Smith & Wesson M&P compatibility. And, yes, 1/2x28 threaded barrel. So running this gun suppressed is also something a lot of fun. So again, something that was just really out of left field, and I thought to myself, this is actually pretty cool. Initially, I just wasn't impressed. I was like, it's another 9mm carbine, whatever. And then you shoot it and you're like, this is fun. This is exactly what I want. And it looks good with the wood furniture.
And I really like that they actually came up with the modularity on the magazines.
Yeah.
Glock and SIG, most widely used magazines out there besides the
And
CZs.
M&P.
M&P,
Yeah. You know, so I mean, you've got pretty much every magazine.
Pretty
covered
much,
in
you're
that
right.
sense.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So really impressed with that. Thank you, Henry, for bringing us something we had no idea we wanted. And let's move on to our number 4. And we are entering the bullpup class with the Springfield Armory Hellion, which, wouldn't you say this looks kind of like maybe a FAMAS and a G36 did some things that you probably shouldn't be talking about and then gave birth to this?
It looks kind of like it, exactly. I would
And
agree.
if you look at the original VHS, which is the standard issue Croatian rifle,
military rifle, yeah.
that looks like a Croatian FAMAS, if you ask me.
Exactly.
So what's really cool about this, that's something you don't see on bullpups. First of all, it does remind me a lot of a G36, especially with the ambi charging handle that you see right here. That's very interesting. And then an adjustable stock. You don't really see that on a bullpup.
You don't.
You know, so you have a different length of pull for different shooters, which again, neat. And completely ambidextrous design. You've had a little bit of time with this and shot it, right?
Exactly. And you know, anybody who says this, like this, we're talking about 2023 rifles, obviously. This was, Springfield Hellion was talked about in 2022 a little bit, but it was really hard to get, and they unveiled it at SHOT Show 2023. And obviously this color combo, the FDE gray and the OD green, was unveiled just a month ago or so. And they also had the 18-inch and 20-inch barrels because it's the 16. So, you know, it's a 2023 gun. I've had some time with it. I love everything about it except this magwell area.
It's very fine.
I mean, you gotta really like precision guide it.
Yeah.
So if Springfield's watching this, it's an amazing gun. I would flare this thing for your gym
Flare
too.
it, open it up somehow, something like that. Or, I mean, if you're like me, you could probably take a Dremel and just cut this open. You'd be all right.
Yeah.
You'd be fine. Don't worry about it.
That's
now,
but super cool.
Now, for 2024, you know what I'd like to see?
What?
This and perhaps maybe a 300 Blackout or 7.62 NATO.
7.62 NATO.
A 7.62 NATO.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Star 7 with IWI,
Yeah.
which is a cool gun, and it would really compete with IWI, who in the Tavor and the X95 already have the 300 Blackout, which is cool. But this and 7.62 NATO would be pretty freaking nice, I think.
I would love it.
Yeah.
But I think I want the 300 Blackout.
Yeah, 300 Blackout, cool.
It'd be really cool.
You make a really shorty version too, just for fun. You know what I'm saying?
Oh look, we got the black one.
Ooh, there we go.
Pick or poison, man. Which one is better? Obviously the OD green.
I like the OD green.
Oh,
I'm definitely a fan of OD green. It looks really good. And there's nothing wrong with black, obviously. It just runs, it looks good, looks clean. But hey, a lot of people think big black guns are scary, you know what I'm saying? So
you know what?
They changed the safeties.
Oh, that's right. The safeties are actually like flipped up. Look at that one. Just show that to the camera.
they're different?
Yeah, this is upside down, like a.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, that's really intuitive.
It's like,
I like
change
that.
the position a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
That's all. And you know what? Matt would love this. Anybody who's wrong-handed, I meant left-handed, would love this because you can actually change the ejection port.
Yeah, so you can
this
eject
side.
left or right side. I mean, it's a completely ambidextrous design, which is awesome. You've got sling swivels all over the place, QD and regular clip. You just got, and also again the adjustable stock length of pull. It's just a really unique bullpup design, and it shoots really, really well.
Yeah.
And I noticed, you know, I was going to say, man, we need to suppress this one, but we've already got the
That's right.
Surefire muzzle device on that one, so awesome. And did I shoot this suppress and I just forgot?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we shot it
All right.
express. Yeah. You know, the Springfield definitely did a great job, so good job, guys.
Yeah, definitely a fan of it. So
Flare this mag well.
Yeah, flare the mag well. Other than that, perfect bullpup design. Good job, Springfield, for our number 4. Now let's move on to our number 3 pick. For our bolt gun category in number 3, the Aero Precision Solus. Specifically, I'm a huge fan of the Hunter system, the Hunter stock. It's all carbon. It just looks really, really good. And this one is chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. What I think, and you know, we had a lot of time behind the gun, Ryan especially, during the bolt gun series, because that was your gun. And you got to, you ultimately won the series with the U.S. Arms Azrael. Which, again, great gun, but for the price point and everything and the accuracy that you're getting and the availability, the Aero Precision Solus is one that's going to be really hard to beat. And it also won our top 5 bolt guns of this year too. I mean, it's just a good rifle for the price point and everything. And so also unexpected, like the Homesteader from Henry.
Yeah.
Aero Precision, who, you know, they don't actually make complete guns before this. They make uppers, they make part sets, they make lowers, they make complete uppers, they make complete lowers, they make rails. They make everything you could ever imagine when it comes to the AR and AR-10. And then a complete bolt action. And also all the parts to build your own bolt action in true Aero Precision, you know, fashion.
They nailed it. I mean, they nailed it. My gun was the U.S. Arms Azrael. Of course, I was competing against the Solus, so we switched up a little bit, so I shot the Solus multiple times too. It was so accurate. In fact, when we did our testing initially, the 3-round, Ryan had a better MOA than mine.
Right,
the
yeah.
Azrael.
I mean,
So-
we're very close, but yeah, he did have a tighter grip.
Yeah, so .33 Ryan, .36 was me.
Yeah.
It was just so freaking close. Overall, Aero just one gun, like just complete gun, and they just nail it right off the gate.
Yeah, it's a fantastic rifle.
It definitely earned its way to this list for sure.
And everything behind its action just feels super smooth. The triggers that they utilize also just fantastic. Traditional safety too, like you would see in a what's the Remington, you know, what action that I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But yeah, just overall they just did a fantastic job with it, and that's why it's on our list as our number 3.
Do you know what I like about the competition?
The competition model?
the tactical model, whatever competition.
The competition model, the one that we shot through the
Yeah,
series?
exactly.
Yeah.
It has that little thumb rest thing, and I like that because it just really stabilizes you. So you just press that trigger.
For a bolt gun, it makes sense to have to do that entire, keep your thumb on this side, so you're right here, right, and you're not having to move a little bit. It's not that big of a deal, but ultimately resting your thumb on the right-hand side of the gun if you're a right-handed shooter just makes sense for you to be able to actuate that action a little bit better versus wrapping it all the way around.
Yeah.
And it also is just kind of a comfortable thing. Again, if I'm shooting it like this, I feel like my thumb's stretching, but if I'm here, I feel very relaxed.
Natural, and
Yeah.
that helps with your trigger press too. So
Yeah, it does. So quick, easy, accurate shots with the Aero Precision Solus. Again, just a great, reliable rifle. What more could you ask for out of a bolt gun? And if I'm being honest, it looks damn good.
yeah.
So number 3, Aero Precision Solus. Thank you guys for bringing something completely unexpected again. Let's move on to our second pick. Number 2, Daniel Defense and their R3 lineup. Now, we all know Daniel Defense for making just a fantastic out-of-the-box rifle like this DDM4 V7 that you see right here. But, you know, Daniel Defense listened to me. I'm going to say they may
Listen
have
to
heard...
you.
Yeah. They may have heard y'all, but they listened to me when I said, bring us ambi controls. And that's exactly what they did with their R3 series. And this is the DD4 R3. I have the M4A1 R3, slight differences, which we've actually covered in video before. Go check that video out. But they brought us ambi controls, mid-length gas system, and of course now their R3 rail. A lot of people call it the RIS 3, but it's the same lockup as their RIS 2, but M-lock.
Yeah.
And you can't honestly go wrong with this gun. The controls are awesome, super intuitive, easy to actuate. Love the mid-length system. If you shoot like the M4A1, the standard one, great gun. But it is a carbine length system, and you can feel the difference when you shoot them.
Yeah, if you want an AR-15 that not only runs, of course, reliability is everything, but it also can take a beating.
Yeah.
You drop it in this and that, and Daniel Defense, man. Daniel Defense makes some amazing rifles. And I know for a fact, back when I was on the force, a lot of guys were running their own Daniel Defense rifles for duty.
Right, so. and they do have contracts all over the place, law enforcement, military, and they're just a good manufacturer. And yes, I know you guys are gonna be like, hey man, you haven't talked about your Mark 18. Well, there are definitely law
you guys
enforcement.
weren't actually saying that. He just wanted to talk about it.
There are law enforcement agencies, especially on the SRT teams, that run the Mark 18 that I know personally, and yeah, they just make good quality, well-built rifles, and that's why they're number 2 on our list, especially with the R3. Yeah. Now, earlier this year, we did do the top 5 ARs of 2023, and this was number 3 on our list, but the other ones that we mentioned were not new for 2023. It's just guns that you could get all around.
Gotcha.
And yeah, it does have a little bit of a hefty price tag, but I think it's definitely worth the value. And for a gun being new for 2023, it has to be on this list. So again, Daniel Defense with their R3 series. I'm excited to see what they come out with in 2024, and I'm sure they're gonna have some cool things at SHOT Show, so make sure you guys are subscribed and signing up for our emails and getting prepared to see all of our SHOT Show coverage, because you're gonna be there.
Oh, I will be, yeah.
I'm gonna be there. Ryan's gonna be there. John, Jason, there's gonna be a bunch of, Matt's gonna be there. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be, we're rolling deep this year at SHOT Show, and that's because, you know what my goal is one year?
What?
My goal for Classic Firearms is to be able to cover every single vendor at SHOT Show.
What kind of goal is that, bro? You can't achieve that.
Do you see how many people we're bringing this year? And that are working also behind the scenes, not in front of the camera. And also the podcasting. We're doing the podcasting. You guys loved our Brandon Herrera podcast that we recorded at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, like, we're going to be bringing all the stuff. So why not one year? I mean, we're already known for the best show coverage.
Oh, we are. For sure are.
We do it. I'm proud to say it. So let us know what you're excited for down in the comment section. Number 2 on our list, of course, the M4A1 R3, the R3 series by Daniel Defense. It's good stuff.
It's a beautiful rifle, dude.
Did we have any honorable mentions? This one? Or are we just going to roll it right into our number 1?
Let's mention it after that.
Scar 17 DMR.
Oh, that's what it was. Because nobody was really that impressed.
Sure, mention it.
Mention it. No, I will say this. FN brought us... Is it something? Is it something like we asked for? People want the Scar 17 and 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yeah.
So what did they do? They ultimately made the DMR, which has the Scar 20 stock on it. That's that precision rifle stock, which it's a cool stock, and it's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Was there any other difference?
I mean, it was about that. There was nothing really.
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, it was a good gun to shoot, but
Super Scar Trigger.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, which is awesome too. Yeah. Now, granted, don't get me wrong. I love FN. I love their 545. Love the 510. Love everything that they're doing with their military collection series. And I also think they're just a great manufacturer. But
it just wasn't anything special.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys thought about the 17 DMR. I know we did a video on that too. And our top pick for rifles released in 2023 is the Sig Spear.
It is indeed very worthy.
See what I did there? You guys get it? My mess up? Call of Duty? Anybody? All right, cool. Anyway, so the Sig Spear.
I love how he just talks about Call of Duty and he still hasn't played with me.
How do you want to?
Played the gun game against me. Played it against me.
There we go.
So.
We will, dude. Once I figure out the capture card thing, you know? I've been playing, you know, I'm like, I'm still Prestige 1, you know, I'm like, like a level, like, 80 something, I don't know, you know.
Cool, yeah. What is this thing?
Yeah, this thing, the Sig Spear. It is an awesome gun. They did a really good job, Sig Sauer did, with this chambered in both 6.5 Creedmoor and 7.62 NATO. We've had trigger time on both, but the one that's more available right now is the 7.62 NATO 308 Winchester model. And honestly, dude, they did a really good job with this.
Fantastic.
So monolithic upper receiver, which is great, but you also have an adjustable gas system. The muzzle device is probably my biggest thing. When we initially got these, we had a really hard time trying to get the muzzle devices off, and that's both on the LTs and this model. And that's just because Rockset apparently is something you slather on like it's going out of style. But that's okay. We've figured it out.
Yep,
Right? You know,
we did.
A little bit of violence.
Super easy.
It works.
Yep. Violence sometimes is the answer.
That's more than not, actually.
Yeah.
So coming back a little bit further on this gun, we've got this one kind of set up like more of a battle rifle.
Yeah.
And I would consider this to be a multi-role gun.
Yep.
Because much like the Scar, much like a bunch of other battle rifles, being a higher caliber, depending on the barrel length, things like that, you could definitely reach out beyond typical engagements, throw on a magnified optic. Now you got yourself a DMR, right? Yeah. And that's kind of how we made our feature at CF Con.
But you got to set it up the right way, though.
Yeah. Wow. Like that.
I mean, look at this thing, guys. This is by far, in my opinion, and I'm not being biased here, the best looking Sig Spear out there.
It's a good looking gun. That's for sure.
I don't care what your setup is, this is the best looking one.
Yeah. Now, here's some cool features about the Sig Spear. First of all, again, I've already talked about the adjustable gas block. That is cool. It is a short stroke piston driven design. Coming back a little bit further, it has your standard AR controls with improved ergonomics and also side charging. You gonna bring that other one back up here really quick? And here's why this side charging option is really cool, because first of all, the best battle rifle ever made, the FAL, had this as well.
True,
designed by
it
FN,
did.
who also makes
too.
this. Designed by FN, who also makes the Scar, great gun. But it also had a very similar feature, depending on which model you got, where it could fold forward. And it is nice because let's say you have different optics on here that might not allow you to so easily use the standard charging handle like an EOTech magnifier.
I can't get to it.
Right. So now you do have the option for the side charger, and it also makes it a little bit easier because if you do have a malfunction, you need to clear this thing, whatever, you get a lot more leverage with the side charging handle. Great job there. Also, unlike the Scar, it does take regular AR-10, SR-25 magazines. Yeah, which is great. We got a couple of Lancers in ours, but it'll take the PMags just fine. Now, you may have noticed too, when we released these or released our video talking about the Sig Spear, it had an issue with over-insertion. You remember that?
That's right, with that PMags.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was specifically with PMags. And Sig acknowledged that and corrected it. So we don't know exactly what the issue was there, but there was something that was not preventing the mag from being over-inserted on an open bolt. So you go to reload, this thing could get way on in there and not allow the bolt to go forward like you just saw. Okay, cool. But Sig, like I said, acknowledged it, fixed it, easy day. Cool. Glad they did that because they should have, because this gun's expensive. Now with that, you do have complete ambidextrous controls too. You want to talk about those for a second?
Of course, yeah. It's got nowadays it's 2023 and on, guys. You got to have full ambidextrous controls. Yeah. It's just as important. So you got the mag release, bolt catch, bolt release. So we can just demonstrate that, and it is super easy too.
Oh, easy.
Good to go. Just like that. And then guess what? You just
do you prefer that or like a standard bolt catch, bolt release system like on the R3, like LWRCI uses?
Yes, I prefer press.
Yeah, okay.
As opposed to lift. It gets a little bit awkward for me, so I like the Daniel Defense one. So when you pull it all the way back, you lift it up.
Right.
It kind of throws me off a little bit. I prefer press up, press down version. So but it's still better than nothing. Fully ambidextrous, obviously fire selector lever right here, and mag catch, mag release, as I said. Overall, a fantastic gun, and unlike the FN, you don't void your warranty with a suppressor.
There's that.
There's that. So.
Yep, and yes, of course, you also have a completely removable stock system. You can remove the entire rear end if you wanted to, because you just have a simple pick rail right back here. So you can attach whatever stock you want. Yeah. But it does come with, if you're going to show that one off really quick, your standard mag pull, which I actually like a lot. Nice and slick. And by utilizing all you do is you push the button here, and then you just kind of like lift up. It's not the.
It's brand new. Yeah.
There it is. And yeah, this one's right out of the box.
Yeah.
And it just folds off to the side, which is great, again, if you're having to maneuver in and around vehicles or just travel. And you want something, transportation. It makes it, whenever we hop on planes, a little bit easier too. So you can throw these in a Pelican case, put more stuff in them, and you're ready to go. And then to deploy it, all you do is just grab it and release. And it's in place, it's not going anywhere, which is nice.
And you can shoot it with it.
Yeah, and you can shoot it closed. Yeah, which is great because it's a piston-driven design without a buffer system in the rear, so
Good to go.
you're good to go, exactly.
Definitely a very worthy #1, dude.
I think so. Again, I think Sig Sauer hit a home run with the Sig Spear and the Spear LT also, which again is the more the intermediate cartridge type with a 7.62x39, 5.56. They also have the 300 Blackout, which is pretty spicy as well. The little LT Rattler that's new. That is new.
That's literally like us. Yeah, 2020.
So other honorable mention is the Spear LT Rattler because for your PDW type.
I'm literally getting one. Ryan.
Yeah, completely forgot. Yeah, dude, that thing's hot. All right, so cool. Yeah, I might as well just go into more depth. Why not? So I'll probably get one too. But there you have it, guys. That is our top 5 guns of 2023, new for 2023. Let us know what you think down below. Do you think there are some guns that should have been added to this list? Do you think some don't belong on this list?
Yeah.